welcome me. Yeah, so we're back. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Good morning and Happy New Week. Happy New Week. I don't know if there's anybody else here. It's been a while. I've been away for a month. Yeah, I've been away for a month. Well, I didn't plan to, but it all happened. It all happened. Life happened, as we always say. Life happened. So many things happened, and I hope I'll have people here today. Okay. I trust in the Lord with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might. Okay. 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 So I'll just be here waiting to see if anybody's going to join. Now, if anybody joins, then we are going to take over from there. Welcome in everybody. Welcome in everybody. Yeah, we're 10 days um, away from the end of the month. We're 10 days away. So I hope I'm going to have people in here today. Welcome in everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Guys. Happy New Year. So I know I've met people on the streets, but I have not officially welcomed or I've not officially wished anybody a happy new year on my channel or on my live stream. So happy new year, everybody. Let me see who's going to be my first guest or my first viewer or my first guys. Mm, I Where is everybody? Hmm. Yeah, this is what it takes when you stay away for too long. People forget about you, guys. People forget about you. Life continues. Things happen. People forget about you when you stay for too long without coming social media, without going live. People forget about you, honestly. I guess. But I have two people watching. I don't know who those people are, but somebody has just dropped. Anyway, okay. So welcome in everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Today we're going to be having some okra water. Today we're going to be talking about okra. What I decided to do for these days before the end of the month is just pick one of the vegetables or ingredients I use in cooking to talk about. Just talk about the beauty, the benefits, why we use them or why we shouldn't use them. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking today. Today is going to be about okra or okra as some people will have it, but we're going to be talking about okra. Yeah. Why do we eat okra in Cameroon? I'm going to be talking as a Cameroonian. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about as a Cameroonian because I know people cook it differently, people eat it differently, but I'm going to talk more on how I cook it or how we cook it in Cameroon and how it should be cooked or how it shouldn't be cooked as a Cameroonian, or if you want to cook this to serve a Cameroonian, or if you what you should expect in a Cameroonian home. Yeah, if you visit a Cameroonian home, what you should expect when it comes to okra. When it comes to okra, not everybody loves it slimy, but in Cameroon we love it slimy. Yeah, we love it slimy. All right, so here I have my okra water. We're going to be having some okra water. I'm just reusing my bottle. I sliced this okra last night and I refrigerated it. In here you have my sliced okra, then I have some cloves, and I also have some anise, some star anise. Yeah, I almost said anise seeds, but no, I'm having some star anise. And then I have my fresh okra here. We're going to be talking about the okra. We're going to be having one or two on why we should use okra, or why we use okra in Cameroon. Why, as a Cameroonian, what is okra? What is okra? What is okra? But let's just wait and see if one or two more people are going to join. Let's see if more people are going to join. I don't know if it's one person on the chat, but nobody has said anything yet. So, but welcome in whoever is there in the chat. Thank you for coming. Please remember to like the video. Remember to share the video if you find it interesting. You can share it out there to others so others can join. It's been a month. It's the last time I was here was, I think, the 18th. Yeah, it's exactly 1 month. It's exactly 1 month. I've been away for exactly a month, and I understand that people might have forgotten that ChanaZie exists, but yeah, we're back. We're going to be having our water, okra water, okra water, okra water, okra water. It's not very easy to drink okra water, but it is really healthy. Now we're going to look at okra. I'll just keep talking. I don't want to feel discouraged that there's nobody on the live stream, but I'll just keep talking. So anybody who joins, we're just going to continue from where they met us. Yeah. So we're going to look at okra. Now, what is okra? What is okra? Some people have never seen okra before. Some people have never eaten okra before. Some people have never tasted okra before. Some people do have eaten, but they do not like okra because it is slimy, because of how it is cooked, because of how it looks. It just depends on individuals. Yeah. So what is okra? This is okra. Okra is just a green vegetable. Yeah, it is known for its slimy consistency. Okra is really slimy, but it also depends on how it is cooked. Yeah, you can cook it and eliminate that slimy texture. It all depends on how this is cooked. Some people also use it to thicken their soups. It helps in thickening soups. Yeah, you can use it for your soups, your sauces, and all. Now, as a Cameroonian, how do we cook okra? We cook okra in soups. We make pepper soup with okra. We add okra to other stews and sauces. I'll take one example. For example, we have pepper soup okra. That is, you just cook okra with, I don't know, whatever, your meat or fish, but we do not add oil. And it is really simple. We do not over season it. We do not over spice it. You just need to slice your okra, boil your meat, add some onions, going with a little bit of crayfish, which is optional. If you do not do crayfish, you can leave that out. Give me a minute. Okay. All right. So yes, I was talking about pepper soup okra. So you can just slice your okra a little bit, maybe smaller than what we have in the bottle here. Slice your okra, wash your okra first, slice your okra, boil your meat. Once your meat or fish is tender, with the pepper soup, we don't usually fry the meat or fish. Yeah, the fish is just steamed and the meat is boiled or steamed as well. Once they are tender as desired, then you go in with your sliced okra. Now you can add crayfish. It all depends, but if you do not do crayfish, you can leave that out. You can also add onions to it. For those who eat Maggi cubes, you can add your seasoning cubes. Some people do add tomatoes, but do not add a lot, because if you add a lot, tomato is going to help reduce the slimy texture. So most often you can add about one small tomato or a large tomato depending on the size of the pot of okra. Right. You just cook that. Now, okra should not be overcooked. You don't need to overcook your okra. One, when you overcook your okra, the texture changes, that you kind of eliminate all the benefits, the nutrients that are found in your okra. You don't want to overcook it. The color changes. You don't have this beautiful green, fresh okra color that you want to find in your green okra pepper soup. It is always beautiful. It is lovely when it is fresh. Some people do add prawns, crabs. I'm not a fan of crabs, so I do not add crabs. But those from the coastal regions of Cameroon, they do a lot of seafood. I'm from the grass field, so they do a lot of seafood. So you can add your crayfish, you can add your prawns, you can add your crabs, you can add all the thin slams, you can add all of this. Now that is one. That is okra pepper soup. How else can you cook your okra? You can also use, you can add okra to your peanut soup. We have this peanut soup, granite soup with okra. You kind of cook your peanut soup like your normal regular peanut soup, but you do not want it to be too thick. You kind of cook it to be a bit light, because once you add in your okra thickens the soup. It doesn't only add value to the soup, but it also adds value to the texture of the soup. So it thickens the soup, and then you're going to enjoy it with your kumkum. Kumkum is cassava based. It's a swallow, but it's made from cassava, fermented cassava, and then we use the powder to cook the kumkum. Or you can use, that's what Ghanaians call conconte. It's similar. It's similar. We just have some slight differences. And then you can also use that soup to enjoy your kwakoko. Kwakoko is made from cocoyams, grated cocoyams wrapped in leaves and then steamed. That is very delicious and healthy. And then you can also use gari. You can use gari to make your swallow and enjoy it. Now, once you cook your peanut soup, just make sure your peanut soup is not too thick, because the moment your peanut soup is extremely thick and you add in your okra, the texture becomes very, very thick, that it might not be appealing to the eyes. It might not be very attractive to the eyes. It becomes I don't know, so thick that even eating it will become very difficult. But again, if you add your okra to your granite soup and you find that it is very, very thick and you want to make it lighter, you can go ahead and add water. But what kind of water should you add? Make sure you don't add cold water. The moment you add cold water, you have spoiled the soup, because the soup will just become runny. It automatically becomes runny, like it's instant. It becomes runny. It is neither thick, no, it just becomes runny, watery. It is not slimy. It is not thick. It is just, I won't say it's not edible. It is edible, but you won't enjoy the texture. The texture won't be what we want. Hi, Kiran. Kiran is my first visitor, the first person who got into my live stream today. Happy New Year, Kiran. My first visitor, my first guest. Welcome, Kiran. How are you doing? Salam alaikum. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. While you drink okra water, that's what we are talking about. So you just listen. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get up to the okra water. We're going to talk about okra. It's all about okra today. We're talking about okra. So right now I'm talking about soups. Yeah, I'm talking about soups, but we're going to drink the okra water. Yeah. Oh, my chair is so noisy. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my darling. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So yes, I was talking about, we're going to get to the okra water, Kiran. We're going to get to that. So for now, we're talking about the soup. I was talking about peanut soup and okra. Thank you so much. I know I have come to you. I think I've come to your house and I've met you in other places. I've wished you Happy New Year, but I did not do it officially on my channel because since the year started, I've not been on the streets since December 19th. The last time I made a live stream was on December 18th, I think. So it's been a month of me being away. So I'm back. We're back. We're back. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being my very first supporter, my very first um, um, viewer. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks a lot. I've been here. I was just thinking I was talking to myself, but I kept talking. All right. So thank you so much for coming. Yeah. So let's look at. I was talking about the soup. I said you can add water, but you should make sure not to add cold water to your soup. The moment you add cold water to your soup is going to be something else. It automatically turns watery. It just becomes watery, and you cannot even use that soup to enjoy your swallow, your fufu, or whatever. Inshallah, soon I'll watch your videos. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much. Now, once you realize that your soup is very thick and you want to, adjust the texture, make sure you add boiling water. By the way, you watched all my videos. Really? Really? Wow. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you so much. Oh, I have over 600 videos. That's awesome. That's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have. Wow. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really impressed because I'm really impressed because I have wow. Whoa. That's beautiful. That's lovely. I have over 200 long videos. I have over 200 long videos. I don't want to talk about the short videos. I know I have a lot of short videos. I have a lot of live streams, but when I'm talking about my long videos, do you know Viva? Yes, I do. I do. What happened? I know Viva. I know Viva. I know Viva very well. We are connecting. ChanaZie's big respect. Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Oh, okay. Okay. I know Viva. I know she's a big traveler. She travels all the time. She's always between two planes. Yeah. I know. I know. I always visit her channel once in a while, but I've not seen her. She mostly does silent live streams of recent. She mostly does silent live streams. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, my darling. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for the love. Thank you so much for your kind words. All right, let's continue with our okra soup. So I was saying that just add some hot water to your soups if you want to adjust the texture. Do not add cold water. The moment you add in your okra, you can add cold water when you're cooking your peanut soup, just the peanut. When you're putting the base together, the base, which is the peanut soup, once you're putting that base together, it is fine. You can add any kind of water. You can add cold water. You can even add icy water. It doesn't matter. You can add hot water. But the moment you go in with your okra and your okra boils and you see that your pot is too thick, please do not add cold water. Make sure you add hot water. Now, if you buy your okra, I'm going to go to that later. Now, another kind of soup that we use okra to cook in Cameroon is bitter leaf. Bitter leaf, okra soup with bitter leaf. You kind of cook your okra soup. Usually they'll use palm oil. It just depends, but most often they'll use things like palm oil. Then we use bitter leaf. Now, when you're eating that okra, you can get a slight bitter taste from the bitter leaf, just very slight. It shouldn't be too bitter, but you get that slight bitterness from the bitter leaf. And in my home, anyone can't eat okra. Yeah, I understand. Some people do not eat okra at all. I said it in big. I said some people do not eat okra at all because of the texture or because of how they were brought up or because of their origins. It just depends on where you come from and how you were raised. You know what you grew up eating. Some people do not eat okra at all. Some people do eat okra. I love okra. Yeah. So it all depends. It all depends. But in Cameroon, I think you have about 90% or let me just say 80% will eat okra and they'll eat it very slightly. So it all depends on where you came from, how you were brought up, what you grew up eating, you know. Yeah. So yes. What was I saying? Okay, I was saying that well, we also use the okra to cook bitter leaf okra soup with bitter leaf. So you add your bitter leaf to your okra. Usually, it is also used as a base, and then you go in with your okra. Almost the same procedure. You make your base. You always make your base. The base is what matters. Once you make your base, then you go in with your okra. The moment you add in your okra, you're not overcooking it anymore. You're not overcooking it anymore. Yeah, you do not overcook it anymore. So you have to cook your fish. If you're adding fish, make sure your fish is ready, your meat is ready. You cannot cook okra and meat at the same time. The cooking time should be different. If you go in with your fish and okra at the same time, it is either your fish won't be ready or your okra will be overcooked. One of the two. Either your fish will be overcooked, either your fish will be undercooked, or your okra will be overcooked. And we do not want to overcook our okra. Remember, okra is a vegetable. Another kind of okra soup that we have in Cameroon is egusi. We usually add egusi to our okra. Again, you're going to make the base. You're going to add, you cook your egusi stew, depending if you want to use vegetable oil or you want to use palm oil. You make your base. If you want to add a bit of tomatoes, crayfish, and all of these things, make sure you cook your base. Then you go in with your okra. The same principle, you know, the same principle. Do not add cold water to your okra. The moment you've added your okra to your egusi, that is, once you add in your okra to your egusi, you see that your okra soup or your egusi soup is going to thicken. Now, the thickness of the soup will depend on the base, how thick or watery the base was. If the base of your okra was too watery, you might not have a very thick okra soup. So you need to have, your soup should not be too watery and it should not be too thick to have a normal consistency. You can watch my videos and you're going to see how the kind of consistency I'm talking about. But when you make your base too thick, your okra soup will be extremely thick. But it's not very bad when egusi soup is slimy and thick, because sometimes you can make your egusi soup to come out in the form of balls. It all depends. Now, if you want your egusi to have these egusi balls in there, then that's fine. If you want to have like a smooth paste, it's completely different as well. But again, once you add in your egusi, once you add in your okra to that base, you don't need to overcook your okra. You just need to cook your okra for a few minutes and you're good to go. But when you realize that it is extremely thick and you want to adjust the texture, make sure you go in with boiling water or hot water. Your water should be hot, like really hot. The moment you add in cold water, your soup is going to be a mess. Believe me, you can try it. You can try it. I wanted to say I might try it to show you guys, but I'm not ready to waste food. I'm not ready to waste food. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. Or I might just make a small quantity, take it out and then show you. But I'm not ready to waste food. Wastage is not part of my vocabulary. All right. So, guys, wastage is not part of my vocabulary. So we're going to do that. Another way of using okra is adding okra to ogbono soup. I'm not a very, very big fan of ogbono. I'm not a very, very big fan of ogbono. That's why, if you have noticed, I've not cooked ogbono yet. But I have ogbono. I might cook it one of these days. I've just been procrastinating because the last time I cooked ogbono was 2 years ago. Believe me, it was 2 years ago. That was before I even became a content creator. That was 2 years ago. Why don't I really like ogbono? I don't like ogbono because sometimes you get the bad seeds. There are two types of seeds. There is the bad one and the good one, and I cannot really differentiate it. I differentiate it from the taste. Sometimes the bad one tastes like soap, and I don't. I honestly, I can't stand it. So let me show you what ogbono is. Let me see. So this is what ogbono looks like, but this, I was told this is the good one. This is the nice type, the nice type. That is what I was told. So I am going to try it. But honestly, I'm not really a big fan of ogbono because of that. That is what makes me. The last time I cooked ogbono was 2 years ago, guys. 2 years ago. And guess what? The one I cooked had that weird taste. And it's just a turn off. It is a turn off, guys. Is that a bono? Yes, it is a bono. Look at this Nigerian lady. Susan, welcome in, sis. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. JD, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Susan, how are you doing? How is the baby doing? How is the baby doing? It is a bono, but I'm not cooking a bono today. I might cook it one of these days, but not today. Not today. I was just saying that I'm procrastinating. I don't really like cooking ogbono because sometimes you fall on the bad seeds. I don't really like the bad because ogbono has to. There is the one that it tastes like soap. To me, it tastes like soap, so it kind of turns me off. When I think of cooking ogbono, I'm just like, oh. So yeah, I am doing fine, and the baby is doing great. Thanks. Oh, we thank God. We thank God. What did JD say? What of you? What have you missed? You or me? You have missed. I have missed a lot. Yeah, I have missed a lot. I've been away for a month. It is too much, I guess. I've been away for a month, but we are here. We are back. I was talking about okra. I was talking about the different ways we cook okra in Cameroon. I have missed a lot. I know. I've been trying to catch up on one or two, but again, Susan says, I don't really like ogbono too. I don't have a choice as family loves it. Yeah, I know. I don't like ogbono. Honestly, ogbono is not something that I'll leave my house to go buy from the market. It is not. It is not one of those things. It is not one of those things. Yeah. It's, I don't know. Just the fact that when you get ogbono, you can easily fall on the bad quality. It's just a turn off for me. So ogbono is not one of the things that I think ever since I started this channel, I've not cooked ogbono. But I have this, and I was told it is good. It is good. I was even hesitant to take this. This was a gift, but I was very hesitant. But the person assured me it is good. It is good. It is good. It is good. So yeah, I'm going to cook it one of these days. I've had it for about 5 months, but still I'm unable to cook it. I don't just want, when something, when you, I don't know if I'll call it phobia, but kindly hit the like button. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much. That's okra water. We are preparing. Yes, this is okra water. I just left it here because I want it to get to a temperature that I'm going to enjoy. Remember, I don't really like cold water So I did this overnight. I did it overnight, so it's ready to drink, but I don't just want to drink it now because it's a bit too cold. I am not a fan of very cold water. So yes. So I'll say that in Cameroon we also, Susan, I was talking about the different ways we use okra in Cameroon. I was saying that we use okra, we make this light okra pepper soup. We just, no oil. It's always oil free, like oilless okra. The oil we get from the okra is usually from the protein, from the meat or the fish that you cook. Since I'm in the background getting ready to head to the market. All right, no worries. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sending big hugs to the baby and her siblings. Okay. So yeah, so I also talked about peanut soup. We have peanut soup whereby we add okra to it. We also have egusi soup, we add okra. We have bitter leaf soup with okra. Then I was talking about ogbono and okra. That's when you guys came in. We also add ogbono to okra. Ogbono is already too slimy. It is already too slimy, but sometimes we do add okra because you might also find yourself in a situation where the ogbono is not really slimy. Either it is very old, either the ogbono is very old, or the method of cooking kind of changed everything, or yeah, or you got the bad quality. So at times people tend to add okra to ogbono. Now, there are other ways of cooking okra. You can just steam your okra. This depends on your origin. I see Ghanaians, for example, it is not really a Cameroonian thing to just drop whole okra in food. It is not really a Cameroonian thing. We mostly slice our okra, most often. 90% we slice our okra. But you see people like Ghanaians, when they cook their light soup, for example, they'll just drop some whole okra in their pot and then they crush it while they're eating. But it is not a Cameroonian thing. You have people like Asians, Filipinos, and these people. They also drop, when they make their soups, vegetable soups. They just drop, like, you have some they'll drop carrots, potatoes, corn, and they'll also drop carrots in their soup. You know, they're going to drop the carrots, the okra in the soup. They have it that long, and they kind of just bite it and chew. You have people who tend to fry their okra. You have people like Indians. I remember I had a conversation with one of my Indian colleagues. That's back in about 8 years ago. So we're talking, yeah, about 8 or 9 years ago. We're talking about okra. How we're just having a conversation on okra. They usually call it ladies' fingers. And I was telling her we eat our okra slimy. We eat our okra slimy. And she was surprised. I told her, yeah. In Cameroon, if you cook your okra and it's not slimy, girl, you're not a wife material, baby. Yeah, you are not. You messed up. And she told me the same thing. If you cook okra in India and it is where she comes from, I don't know if it is the whole of India, but where she came from, if you cook your okra and it is slimy, you have failed in the kitchen. It is it won't be eaten. So with them, they try to eliminate the slime. They take out the slime by stir frying and all, making sure that you don't get that slimy texture. But with us, we need it. We need it to be slimy because most often we use it to eat swallow, gari. But hey, some people do not know that you can enjoy okra with rice. I don't know if you've ever tried it. It is delicious. But it is not something that my mom used to cook and, cook it as a meal. It was always a situation where maybe you have some leftover okra, then you made some white rice with some stew, and then you just take part of that rice and enjoy with the leftover okra. Or the reverse. You had some leftover rice, you made some fresh okra, then you use part of the okra to enjoy the leftover rice. But it is awesome. And some people do not like, some people are always like, how do you eat okra with rice? How can you eat okra with rice? But it is a good combination. It is a very awesome combination. I'm telling you, you can give it a try. Give it a shot and you will love it. Just make sure your okra is nicely cooked. Make sure your okra is delicious. I've seen other Asians, I don't know, Pakistanis and the rest, they'll slice their okra and stir fry. I really want to try it as well. I want to try. I might try it. Just out of curiosity. But I'll just make a small portion because, it is just out of curiosity. But as a Cameroonian, okra is always slimy. There was a time I also made some grilled okra. I made some grilled okra. It was on a live stream. That too was delicious. But it is not a Cameroonian thing, right? It is not a Cameroonian thing. So I sliced the okra. I did slice one okra, I think in threes and fours. Then I seasoned it with some powdered onion, um, black pepper, salt. I added some smoked paprika, and I also added some pepper flakes, some chili flakes. Then I sliced some onions and bell peppers, added to it, grilled, and it was awesome. It was lovely. I enjoyed it. I added some sea salt, I think. It was really delicious. I was just doing an experiment and it was awesome. But I don't think I can make that as a meal. I just used it as a snack. But I don't think I can make it as a meal. People will be like, hey, girl, what is this? What is this? You know, she has brought those her, you know. Please let me cough. Excuse me. So now, sometimes you go to the market. Today we're just talking about okra, guys. We're just talking about okra, and that's what I want to do for the remaining 10 days. Is it 10 days or 11 days to the end of the month? I'll just be picking one or two ingredients from the kitchen, from what I cook as a Cameroonian, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Why we should eat it and why we shouldn't. Now, why should we eat okra? Is okra really healthy? Guys, okra is a powerful vegetable. Believe me, okra is a powerful vegetable. It is packed with fibers. It contains a lot of vitamins. It contains vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin B. It has potassium, protein, calcium. It is packed with antioxidants. If you want to have a beautiful skin, there is one content creator who drinks okra water. I learned how to drink okra water from her. Rebecca Prince. You can see she has a very beautiful skin. I don't do the okra water every day, but once in a while I do drink okra water. And whenever I do that, I think of her. I remember her. So if you want to see how she does it or what her skin looks like, she said she's having her beautiful glow thanks to part is thanks to the okra water she takes. So you can check her out and you see how she enjoys her okra water. And as I was saying, okra water is beautiful. It is. Hi, Sultan. How are you doing? Like for them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sultan. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Sultan. How are you doing? Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. I don't know if you guys eat okra. Somebody told me she doesn't eat okra. Yeah. She told me she doesn't eat okra, and it's fine. It's okay if you don't eat okra. It just depends on how you were brought up, where you come from, what you grew up eating. All this is just culture and our habits. It also comes with. Some people also do not eat okra because of peer pressure. Believe me, some people will not eat okra just because, my friend doesn't eat okra, so why should I eat okra? My friends do not eat okra, why should I eat okra? That's peer pressure. And to me, that doesn't work. As long as I love eating something, it doesn't matter if you love it or not, I will eat it. I will enjoy it. That just reminds me when I used to have a conversation with my colleagues on the kind of things that we eat, the different things that we eat. And being an African and working with people from other regions, other parts of the world, sometimes they tend to think, I don't know, I don't want to, let me not talk about that. But there were times when we talk about the things that we love eating. When I tell them the things I eat, their reactions were always weird. They'll always be like, yuck. And I'm like, excuse me, I don't do that for what you eat. I don't. I eat, for example, I eat grasshoppers. For example, I eat grasshoppers as a Cameroonian. I know other African countries do eat it. I know some do not. Some do not. I also remember I was talking to a Zimbabwean friend. I was telling this friend I eat grasshoppers. And this person was like, how can you eat grasshoppers? Duh, 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 duh. But they eat some, I don't know how to call it. It's the thing is like maggot. It's dark. I've forgotten the name. They eat it with pap. And I said, I don't eat this. I don't eat it. I've never eaten it. And I don't think I'll ever eat it. But I cannot stop you from eating it because, this is where you belong. This is your identity. This is your identity. That's where you belong. That's who you are. And even in Cameroon, not everybody eats grasshoppers. People from the southwest region, the coastal region, not everybody eats it from there. Those who eat grasshoppers, who are originally from the coastal region, are people who must have interacted with people from the grass field. I am from the grass field and I eat grasshoppers, you know. So that's, by the way, I'm just trying to say, I won't stop eating okra because A doesn't eat, or because I posted my okra on social media and somebody said the okra is not nice, or they don't eat okra, or you should eat what you have to eat. You know, my comment should not stop you from enjoying what you grew up enjoying. I grew up eating okra and nothing is gonna stop me except health, except health challenges. If eating okra is going to cause me some health problems and cause me to be sick, then I'm going to stop eating okra. But if I have to stop eating okra because of a silly comment, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. You know, I have taken okra water several times. Yeah. So okra water is really good. It's hard to drink. I'm looking at it this way. It's hard to drink, but it's worth trying, honestly. And as I was saying, okra in general is packed with fibers. If you're working on your weight loss, if you're on a weight loss journey, make okra your friend, because it has lots and lots of fibers that, that are going to be beneficial to your body. It also has low calories. Okra has low calories. I I look forward to cooking it. You've never cooked okra? Oh my god. Okay. Try. Try. You can actually have okra. I don't know, but okra goes well with ugali, because we have fufu corn, which is similar to ugali. It is quite close. They are very, very close. They are like a finger and a nail. They're very close. They are very close. We use that to eat okra as well. So you can try okra with rice. You can just cook some simple plain pepper soup okra. Let me not say pepper soup. Let me just say simple plain okra, green okra. Never cooked before, but many Kenyans eat it with ugali. Yeah, it will go well with ugali. There was a Kenyan who told me she can eat okra raw. I don't know about that. I've never tried eating raw okra, but I know I can eat okra that is half cooked. I can eat okra that is half cooked. Now, how do you know the kind of okra to buy from the market? Sometimes you go to the market, you see okra, it looks so good, so fresh, but when you get home, your okra is not that fresh. One of the ways my mom taught me, one of the ways is when you go to the market and you take your okra, you see the tip, you kind of break the tip. You break the tip, yeah. When it breaks easily, your okra is fresh. But if you try to break the tip of your okra, you see, if you try to break the tip of your okra and it doesn't break easily, this okra is not that fresh. It is not that fresh, especially if you're buying it to cook maybe after 2 days. Try to get what is fresh. Another way to get to know if your okra is very fresh or is worth buying, always go for the smaller ones, the fresher ones. When you go to select your okra, usually they'll always, except you go to buy the ones that are called organic, that are already wrapped, packaged, and just kept there, expensive, then you go pick those ones. But if you're going to select your okra from that bulk, always make sure you go for the small, cute ones. You always see some very big ones. Yeah, some are always bigger than this. Even you go for those small ones, and you always see sometimes their color is brighter. Sometimes they have this brighter and more. They look more. They look prettier. They look prettier. And you can also identify fresh okra from, okra has hair. It has very tiny hair. Usually, when okra becomes mature, when it is too mature, it becomes hard. And then even the hair on the skin becomes hard. It becomes hard. It kind of irritates your skin. But when your okra is still fresh, when it is still fresh, even the hair on the skin of the okra is so soft and, you know, it is so soft. Great tips. I didn't know this. I thought okra is okra in the market. Yeah, okra is okra in the market, but sometimes you buy okra. Let me not say okra is not okra in the market, because sometimes you see these mothers, they have their okra, the harvested okra from the farm, or the bought okra. The okra has, the okra has been there for maybe 2 weeks. The moment the okra has been there for 2 weeks, or maybe the okra has not been there for 2 weeks, but the okra that was harvested was overly matured. It was already getting to producing the seeds, because usually this okra, I don't want to damage my okra, but you see, for example, this okra right here, it has seeds. Yeah, it had seeds. So when it becomes really too mature, overly mature, these seeds it begins to get dry, because when the okra gets dry, this cracks open, and then it cracks open. So the seeds now spread into the farm and they start producing. But sometimes the farmers will harvest the okra that it's not it's more than ready to eat. It's not edible anymore. It's not edible. Because when you go and you want to slice, when you want to slice your okra, guys, it should be this smooth. Slicing your okra should be this smooth. But the moment you start struggling with your knife, and the slices are not smooth, that okra is not okraing anymore. That okra is not okraing anymore. It is hard, and it won't give you that slime that you're looking for. But now it all depends. It depends on what you want to do with the okra. If you want that hard okra, because it becomes even chewy, you have the fibers become very hard. The fibers become very hard. So when you want to buy your okra, make sure you buy fresh okra. Or sometimes you can just use your finger and do this. This is another way to check if your okra is fresh. But now you won't be doing this on all the okra in the market. No business person, no hawker, no mama in the market will allow you do this on all her okra. But when they are sure that their okra is fresh, they'll tell you to do it. You can do on one or two, because they know whatever okra you pick is going to be okay. You just need to pop your finger in there and your finger is going to go right deep. But if your okra is not fresh, it won't. That's another tip. That's another way to know that your okra is fresh. It's fresh, and it's going to give you that slime that you're looking for. So when you want to buy your okra in the market, it is either you break it. Sometimes if you're somebody who buys a lot of okra, especially when you go to these mamas in the market, you will see that maybe they have a small basket on the side. They've dumped the hard okra. Or sometimes you will see the okra still in amongst the other okra. You see that somebody has crushed the head. Maybe the person crushed the head and tried to break the tip, and it wasn't fresh, so it feels like it's kind of crushed. Or sometimes they've poked a hole created a hole, or sometimes they break it. You just break. See, you just break your okra. When you break your okra and it breaks easily, your okra is fresh, crunchy, fresh, fresh, fresh. But the moment you try breaking it and it's stretchy, it doesn't. Please don't take that okra. Just leave it and take something else. Look for a different okra. It is true that sometimes, because we don't buy just one okra, you might buy like 50 okras, and when you get home, sometimes you might still find one or two okra that is not fresh. What's the plural of okra? So, um, you will find okra that is not fresh. Yeah. So once you do that, when you see that, you don't need to use it. You don't need to use it. It is not fresh. It is not worth using it. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, when I say okras, yes, because okra is countable, yeah? It is countable. Yeah. Okay, so okay, another thing about okra is you do not need to take out the seeds of okra when you're cooking your okra. How to cook okra? There's no need to take out the seeds. You enjoy the okra with the seed. There's no need to try to peel the okra. Just like I see people peeling cucumbers, taking off the seeds. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. Why do you do that? I always enjoy the seeds. I enjoy the seeds. It's just like okra. Now, okra, I don't know about others, but okra goes well with the seed and the skin. I don't even know what you want to peel. Why do you want to peel this okra? What do you want to peel? So yeah, that is. Oh, I've destroyed one okra like this. So yeah, this is how you know that okra, your okra is fresh and you can buy that okra. Because sometimes, sometimes these sellers in the market, I don't want to say they're selfish, but sometimes they're not very honest. Hi, Artie. Hi, Artie. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to my first live stream of the year. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so, so much for coming. So I was saying that sometimes these mamas in the market, these business people, they don't also want to be at a loss. You won't blame them. Sometimes they go buy wholesales, they buy a lot, they come and then, you know, business is not good, no customers, no turnover. They want to make profit as well. They want to sell. So they won't be selecting everything to throw away. They're just going to sell it that way. Sometimes. Sometimes. So they tend to mix the okra with the bad ones. Sometimes they can even have the new ones and then they mix it with the old ones to make more profit or to, to meet up with their laws from the last sale or the last purchase. So we are not going to blame them a lot. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. So we're not going to blame them a lot, but we have to be smart. When you go to the market, make sure you get you some fresh okra because most often it is really hard. It's very difficult to see somebody that just goes to the market, buys okra and cook it that same day. Most often you go to the market, you buy okra and then you cook the next day or you cook after 2 days. Now you can see this my okra is not fresh as in fresh because I've had this okra for I got this okra on Tuesday. So it's almost a week. It was really fresh when I got it. It was really, really fresh. It was really fresh. So yeah. So once you get your okra, wash your okra. Usually we throw away this part. Yeah, we throw away this part, and sometimes we throw away this edge. Then you slice. It depends if you want to blend. Some people do blend. Some people do pound. You use a mortar to pound. Some people do not blend. You just slice them thinly, and then you do your cooking. Now, another tip I'm going to share is if you want to cook a slimy okra, for example, and your okra is not very, very fresh. Yeah, let's say you go to the market, you buy okra, and you realize that they are not as fresh as you wanted. Now, when you're adding water to your okra, you add water to your okra to get that beautiful consistency that you're going to add to your pot of soup. You realize that it's not slimy. What are you going to do? You're going to add a little bit of bicarbonate of soda. Add a little amount of bicarbonate of soda, just about. Depending on the quantity of okra, you can add about a quarter teaspoon of okra. Hi Nana. Hi Nana, how are you doing? Hello my beautiful sister. Thank you so much for coming. Happy New Year, Nana. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I've been talking a lot, so I think it's time to drink a little bit of water. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing? How are you doing, sis? Welcome in. So as I was saying that, let me just finish what I was saying about um the tip on how to fix your okra. Now when you realize that the okra you got wasn't very fresh, and it might not be very slimy, or when you add your water to your okra you realize that your okra is not slimy, go ahead and add a pinch of bicarbonate of soda. Add a pinch of bicarbonate of soda, beat it really nice. It's going to give you that beautiful green color, and your okra is going to be slimy. It's really going to be stretchy. All right, do you understand? Secondly, you can add limestone. You can use limestone. Bye sis, thank you so much. Enjoy your time in the market. Enjoy your time in the market. Make sure you get good, all what you want, good choices, freshly harvested products from the market. Thank you so much sis, thank you so much. Happy shopping, happy shopping, happy shopping, happy shopping. All right, so we are back on our okra. I was saying that um okay, you can add, if you do not have bicarbonate of soda, you can add limestone, what we call kangwang in Cameroon. You can add a little, just a little. Now when I add just a little amount, a pinch of limestone, and then whip it nicely, adding some cold water. Another tip, when you're adding water to your okra, getting it ready for cooking, that is before adding it to your pot, please do not mix your okra with hot water. Yeah. So I might be confusing people right now, yeah? I might get you guys confused. Now, when you have sliced your okra and you're adding water to your okra to get a consistency, because sometimes your soup is too thick, so you just add your water to your okra. What you do is add cold water to that okra. Do not add, or if you want to blend, do not blend it with hot water. Do that with cold water. It helps to bring out the slime from your okra. You can also slice your okra, add in some water, and just keep it in the refrigerator. It is going to help you have that slime. Am I saying something? Am I helping somebody with some tips? These are just little tips that will help you in the kitchen. These are some of the things that I use in the kitchen that really helps me. For example, if you see that your okra um, is not that fresh, then go ahead and add some water to it. Add a little bit of limestone, or add a little bit of bicarbonate of soda. Just put it in the refrigerator and let it sit there. If you do not have a refrigerator, please do not bother. Just use your normal room temperature water. Do not use hot water. Use your normal room temperature water. Having a refrigerator is just, it's just by the way. It is just by the way. It is just. Okay, speaks. Hi, okay, welcome in, sis. How are you doing? Okay, speaks. This should be your first time on my live stream. Thank you so much for coming. I know the name, but I don't think you've come to the live stream. Welcome in, sis. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to anybody who is joining. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So today, yeah, we are talking about okra. We are talking about okra. Ah, Susie, you're still here. Okay. So Yeah, so those are some of the tips. Those are some of the tips if you really want to have your okra slimy. If you're married to a Cameroonian and you want to cook some delicious Cameroonian okra soup, these are some of the tips you should use. If you want to impress your Cameroonian friend, if you want to impress your Cameroonian in-laws, if you want to impress yourself as a Cameroonian, because sometimes we have this challenge. It's not like you don't know how to cook, but there are certain dishes that you have one or two challenges in realizing them. It is a normal thing. It is a normal thing. It is sometimes because you fail in one thing or the other. I remember I went to a friend and she had cooked okra and egusi, and she told, this was her complaint: I don't know why my okra and egusi soup is always watery. I don't know why it's always watery. When I cook it, it looks good, and later it becomes watery. And I was like, did you add water? Did you add water towards it? And she said, yeah, it was too thick and I just added water. That was because she added cold water. It's not because she doesn't know how to cook. It's just because she missed out on that small, tip, that small trick. The moment you add cold water to your okra that is already cooking, forget it. Forget it. The texture is going to be something different. Now, let's go on to okra water. Okra water. Okra water. Okra water. Okra water. Okra water. Let's go to okra water. Now, we're going to start by drinking our okra water. Is okra water healthy? Yes, it is. Is it delicious? No, it is not. I won't lie to you guys. I won't do what this is what my dad, I remember we used to, there was this, it was a concoction. It was a fruit that, I remember my grandma brought this fruit. The fruit looked like cocoa. So you have to break open, then remove the seeds and soak them in water for like 2 days. Then we drink. It was very powerful. It fights fever, stomach ache, and all of this. But it was extremely bitter. When I say, aloe vera is not bitter. That thing was bitter. That thing was bitter. It was bitter. And you know what my dad will do, because my dad wants to convince us to drink this thing. He will drink it and he'll be telling us, this thing is so delicious. It is so delicious. But his facial expression doesn't speak the same language. His facial expression was telling us something else. It was passing a different message, but his mouth was telling us something else. The way he squeezed his face, because this thing was extremely bitter. It was extremely bitter. But because he wanted us to drink, he wanted to convince us to drink, he drank and he was like, this is so good. It is so delicious. It is so nice. Excuse me, daddy. That expression of your face, papa. That expression on your face. And I remember my sister said, but why are you squeezing your face if it is delicious? Why are you squeezing your face, papa? And true, that thing was bitter. I'm telling you guys, bitter cola, if you've eaten bitter cola is sweet. When you want to talk about bitter things, bitter cola is sweet. Aloe vera is sweet. I don't know about, dry season bitter leaf. Yeah, I think I can compare it. It is close to dry season bitter leaf. The thing was so bitter that when you drink it, the bitterness stays in your mouth for, I don't know. But yeah, so I don't want to tell you guys that okra water is easy to drink. It is delicious. I'm sorry, it is not delicious. It is not delicious. It is not orange juice. No. You need to pull momentum. You need to pull that courage to drink that okra water. I'm telling you. I drink it. Now I'm getting used to it. I am getting used to it. So I don't struggle a lot to drink it anymore. But the first days, guys, I don't even want to talk about day one. Day one was crazy. It wasn't easy to drink it at all. Hello, sis. Beautiful sister, happy new year, 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 happy new year. Oh yeah, actually saying happy new year to Nate, to sister Suzanne. I think she's left already, she went to the market, but yeah, happy new year. Let me respond for sister Suzanne. Yes, guys. So, if you are looking for something healthy, we're going to talk. I'm going to say those things. There are some sacrifices that we need to make when you want to drink something that is going to be beneficial, be it delicious or not. The moment you know that this thing is delicious, this thing is healthy, it's going to be beneficial, go ahead and drink it. It doesn't need to be sweet, and most often, these healthy stuffs are not always delicious, you know? Yeah, they're not always delicious. It is not a piece of cake. It is not a piece of cake. It is okra water. So if you want to drink your okra water, just go ahead and drink your okra water. Know that one, it's going to be slimy. It is going to be slimy. Yeah. It is going to be slimy. Now let me drink the water before we continue with our talk. Before we continue with our chat. Before we continue with our chat. So let me get my So I actually had water in the morning, but I didn't have okra water in the morning because I wanted us to have this together. I wanted us to have this okra water together. I'm going to be drinking it with straw, guys. I am going to be using a straw because, guys, I don't think I can drink that without. I don't think I can. Yo, 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 yo. Some. Okay. Let's drink our okra water. I'm going to use this one because it is bigger. Look at this guy. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and drink and this thing is going to be slimy, guys. So let's look at that. Oh, look at that slime. Look at. Yo. Are you guys seeing how slimy that water is? Are you guys seeing? And the beauty about this is that you can always reuse the water. So I'm just going to add more water to this. Ugh. Yeah, guys. Who is here with me for the okra water? Who is here with me for the okra water? This okra water will help improve your digestion. Let's drink, then we talk about this okra water thing. So guys, you who is here for okra water? Okay. I might rush to the loo because I'm pressed. Yeah, remember, I had some water already. Guys, let me rush to the loo. Oh, I'm so pressed. I'm so pressed. Okay, so we're back. We're back. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, I think we've had enough. We've had enough. Jeez. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm going to transfer the rest. I'm going to transfer it back here. Then I'll add cold water to it. I'll add cold water. So I'm going to add some cold water to it. And we're going to drink this one. Oh! Guys, look at this is the okra water. The truth is, I cannot sip okra water. That is the truth about it. I cannot sip as though I was drinking, juice or tea. I can't. I take it at a go and I just forget about it. Where are my okra water lovers? Where are they? Guys, come let's drink some okra water. All right, guys. So let's drink some okra water. We're going to drink some okra water, then we're going to talk about the benefits of okra water. All right. Okay, let me sip my okra water. Let me drink it. Let me drink. Then after that I might drink some tea. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yo guys, okay, now I'm good. So I've had my okra water. Excuse me, I've had my okra water and I'm good. Yeah. As I was saying, it is not as bad to drink it when it comes to the taste or the deliciousness. But it is something that you need to pull courage, you need to put yourself together, you need to convince yourself that you have to drink it. You need to talk yourself into drinking okra water. It's not like, eating a slice of cake. To me, that is my experience, yeah. It all depends on each and every one of us. It all depends. But with my experience, it's not like me, eating a slice of cake or eating some carrots or eating some chin chin or fufu and okra soup, for example. It's not like me drinking. I can drink a big bowl of okra soup, believe me. But you see this okra water, I need to talk myself. I need to encourage myself. I need to motivate myself. I need to tell myself, girl, you need this okra water because it is healthy. It's going to help with your digestion. It has lots and lots of fibers. It is packed with antioxidant. It is packed with vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E. It has all this, it is packed with potassium. You need all the things. It has protein. I need to, I need to talk to myself. I need to tell myself that the okra water has this benefit and I need them. But when it comes to a slice of cake, what I actually talk to myself about cake is, girl, you don't need this cake. Girl, you don't need this cake. I try to talk myself to not eat it. You see the difference? Because when it comes to cake is a treat. It's a treat, You just want to give yourself a treat. You want to pamper yourself. It's not like a cup of ice cream. When you have a cup of ice cream, all you think of is digging in. You just need to dig in, because it is delicious. It is sweet. I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't know. It is sweet. It is delicious. It is awesome. It is pleasant. Even your palates are happy when you're eating ice cream. When you're licking ice cream, everything is happy. You're happy. You're happy. But what are the benefits? What are the benefits? Now let's look at, why should we drink okra water? Is okra water good? There was a time I was talking about okra water and somebody dropped a comment and said okra water is just for women. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okra water is for everybody, except you're one of those people who doesn't care about their skin. Is there anybody who doesn't care, who doesn't want to have a beautiful skin? Gone are those days when, I used to hear that men do not use body lotion. They apply body lotion just on their faces. Excuse me. Excuse you. Gone are those days. Now you see men taking good care of their skin, applying body lotion. Some men even take care of their skin more than women. Believe me. You see a man is going to moisturize. He's going to use body conditioner. He's going, hey, what are you talking about? Some of them even applied lip balms and lip gloss. Yes. So what I'm saying is, if you want to have a good skin, try to enjoy okra. It is either you have it in your meal or you have the water. You can drink okra water. But if I have to choose, I'll eat a lot of okra because I enjoy the soup. But again, you can't just eat okra every day, So once in a while, we're going to play around this. We're going to drink okra water. The next day, after 2 days, we cook okra, Okra will help improve your digestive system. Why? Because okra is packed with lots and lots of fibers. It is packed with fibers, and fibers help in digestion. It's going to help promote your digestive system. It's going to support it, especially if you're struggling with, digestion. If you're one of those people who struggles with digestion, you struggle to go to the restroom, you struggle, you eat and you stay 1 week without going to the restroom, make okra your friend. Drink some okra soup, drink some okra water. It is going to help. The fiber is going to help. Now, coming to your skin, I keep saying that having a good skin starts from inside. Guys, you need to start from inside. You need to start taking care of your skin from inside. It is not about buying expensive body lotions, expensive skincare product, expensive body conditioners and exfoliators and all of these things that is gonna give you a good skin if you're not clean on the inside. So you have to start, you have to start taking care of your skin from inside. The vitamins, it has vitamin B, it has vitamin E, it has, vitamin E is very good for the skin. It is very good for the skin. Now, when you have all this with the antioxidant properties that it has, it starts working inside, and then adding your body lotions, adding your beautiful skincare, your soaps, your shower gels, shower foams, your body lotions, your body oils, your body creams, your body conditioners. When you add all that together, you end up having a beautiful skin. But if you don't have money to buy these expensive body lotions and all this, please do not bother. Just eat your okra. Eat your okra. Be full. Be satisfied. Enjoy your okra. Enjoy your okra water. And life continues, you know. You don't need to spend a lot on these expensive body lotions as long as you're clean on the inside. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. Yeah. It also helps with hormonal imbalance, as I heard. Nina, you here again with another with another house. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So, hormonal imbalance. Yeah, you can go ahead and drink your okra. Okra water is gonna help balance your hormones, and it's gonna help in all the things. It's going to help in all the things. It also helps with good hair. You know, it also helps. It will help with your skin and your hair. It will improve the texture of your hair. Some people have blemishes. You've got skin problems. Try to eat some of those things that are going to help you. I am one of those people with very, very sensitive skin, and it's mostly yeah, I'll say I used to have a lot of acne. I used to have breakouts and all the things. So I'm always very, very careful with the things that I apply on my face, especially on my face. So I'm always very, very careful. And sometimes the things that you eat help with your skin. As I say, I am telling you guys why I stopped. One of the things that made me stop to, not really stop. I'm not zero sugar person, but some of the things that one of the things or the main thing that made me to cut down on my sugar intake, like take a drastic decision and cut down on my intake of sugar, was the acne I had. I had a lot of breakout. It got to a point, I don't know if it was the water that I was using because I had relocated, and I think the weather conditions and the water and everything was just new to my skin, and my skin wasn't accepting it or something, that I just had a sudden breakout. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It got to a point where I would say I lost my self confidence, my self esteem. My room was my comfort zone. That was the most comfortable place I used to be. When I had to leave home to go to work, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Going to work was a nightmare, but I had to go to work. I had to go to work. So one thing led to another. I visited dermatologists, left, right, center. And one day I visited this dermatologist, and I don't know, I got so disappointed with the things he said. It was so expensive. The treatment was so expensive, and it was going to take, I think, 9 months. And believe me, I cried when I left that place. I cried and I said, why? Like, why? What's happening? What's happening? And that is how I started doing my own research, and then I fell on this thing about sugar, how sugar can help with um, breakout. Consuming a lot of sugar can affect your skin. Sugar, I went deep. I was like, and I remembered how I used to consume sugar. I kind of blamed sugar. Everything, I just had to put everything on the sugar intake. That is how. But how do I take tea without sugar? Is it possible? Can I consume tea without sugar? It was so hard. When I tried, it was so difficult. I couldn't. But I started reducing my intake of sugar. From about 5 teaspoons that I put in a teacup, I started reducing to 4, 3, 2, 1, and now I do take my tea without sugar. And it goes same with this thing. Sometimes, the first time I tried having okra water, it was so difficult. It was so difficult. Just the look, just the sight of it, just the sight of it, it's not very, it's not very attractive. It is not. It has. It looks like something. It looks like something. I don't want to mention, but it is not attractive at all. It looks like, oh, you know, eh? But I remember this lady told me, try to use a straw, it's going to be easy. The first day I just took a glass. I wasn't sure I was going to drink, but I tried, it went through. I took that glass, but I felt I was going to throw up. It was really hard. It was hard. It was hard. The next day I took more and I was like, okay, girl, you can do this. But after that, I took it for 2 days. The rest, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it then. After about 2 weeks or a month, I tried again. And, once in a while, I try. Once in a while. I don't do it on a daily. I don't do it on a daily like she does, like other people do. But it is good. It is good. It is helpful. It is beneficial. You can go for it. You can try it. I read somewhere it goes well with, excuse me, it can help regulate sugar, your sugar level. So diabetics, if you're diabetic, why don't you eat sugar? Okra, why don't you drink okra water? You can. I also watch. I watched a video. Um, I watched a video on a lady. She was giving. I don't know. Was it what I call it a testimony on how okra water has really helped her regulate or balance her diabetes. So be you a man or a woman, if you're struggling with diabetes, you can make okra water your friend. But again, it is always advisable to have a conversation with your doctor. I am not a doctor, but you can always have a conversation with your doctor and ask them if you can or if you cannot. These things are going to help you. These things, especially when you have an underlying illness, you can always have these things. And for those who are free, if you are blessed and you're still healthy, if we are still healthy, let's try to prevent some of those things. Let's try to prevent hypertension, diabetes, and all these other dangerous underlying illnesses that exist out here. We can always prevent them. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Yes. So all you need to do is wash your okra, put it in your bottle. I added some cloves and star anise. It adds more flavor. This was a recommendation from my sister and friend, Rebecca the Prince. I'll always mention her because she's the one who actually motivated me to go ahead and drink okra water. Because the first time I tried, before she encouraged me, I had tried having okra water, and it was really hard. I couldn't. It was really hard. I ended up having okra smoothie, which was better. It was better because I added a bit of okra into my greens and I could drink it. But just drinking okra water was a bit hard for me. It was quite challenging. But she kind of encouraged me. She told me you can go with a straw, you can add cloves, and I did, and it worked. It worked. So you can try that as well. Yeah. So, as a whole, okra is a vegetable. Okra is a vegetable. So why don't you, you can, and let me tell you some of the things you can add to your okra soups to make it delicious. Mushrooms. Mushrooms go so well with okra. I'm telling you, mushrooms are good with okra or fish. If you have salmon, salmon is so delicious in okra. Those who love salmon, you can try salmon with okra. Now, some people do enjoy okra with crabs. I'm not a fan of crabs. Um, you can go for crabs. I'm still trying to get to love crabs, but You can try. People love it with crabs. Meat. You can enjoy it with meat as well. Um, um, prawns are also good in okra. um, Vegetables, you can add some vegetables to okra. You can add bitter leaf, I did mention. You can add bitter leaf to your okra. You can add spinach to your okra. You can add amaranth to your okra. They go so well, I am telling you guys. It is lovely. Yeah, you can add bitter leaf. You can add fluted pumpkin leaves, what we call uh oh, how do we call this? And no, it's not ancha, it is okongobong. Yeah, what we call okongobong, you can add that to it. If you have the fresh one, you can add to your okra, and you are going to love it. You are going to love it, guys. So you can always play around with this with your okra. It is lovely, it is beautiful, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, yeah. And I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I know the texture makes some people not to like eating it, but it is a beautiful vegetable. It is a beautiful vegetable that you want to have. Now, if you want to make your okra water, you just wash your okra, slice, put in a bottle, add some water, let it chill. Then you can drink it. You can drink. You can drink. Yeah. You can enjoy your okra. Now I think I'm gonna drink some tea because yeah, I want to drink something. Yeah. So I was also saying that okra, if you're on a weight loss journey, okra is another beautiful vegetable that you want to incorporate in your diet because it is packed with these fibers and all of those things, and it has less calories, to be honest. So you can enjoy this thing, and it's going to help you. It is going to help you. And I was just talking about okra. I feel like I want to eat okra, but I already have something else that I want to cook. I have something else that I want to cook. So, and okra is so easy and simple to cook. Now, let me tell you something. I know some people might find it very difficult to cook okra, especially if you've not cooked okra before. If you've not had okra before, please don't be deceived. Okra is one of the very simple vegetables you can cook. It is very simple. You don't need a lot of ingredients. You don't need to complicate it. You don't need to complicate life. It is very simple. You don't need to have a lot of proteins, a lot of meat and fish. You don't need to suffocate your pot with all those things. Please don't be deceived. Don't be oppressed, because I know sometimes. Hi, Amago World. Hi, sis. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my darling sister. It's been a while. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I even saw you live. I know I've not been going live. I've been away for a month. But I know sometimes I just go around and try to support one or two people, but I've hardly seen you. I've hardly seen you go live. I hope everything is okay. I hope family and friends are fine. So yeah. We are just talking about okra. We're talking about okra, the different ways of using okra, why we shouldn't use okra. Oh, I traveled to Nigeria. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. A lot of goodies, a lot of enjoyment. How did it go? I hope family was very happy to receive you. Wow, that was lovely. That was lovely. So, how was your vacation? I hope everything went well. Happy New Year once again. Happy New Year. Okay. As for me, I didn't travel. I didn't travel, but I was busy. A lot happened, actually. A lot happened. I was busy. My nieces and nephews were around, so it was a happy family moment and all. And then when they left, I had. Can you guys imagine? I've not even talked about this. I had a burn. I burned myself. I had a burn. I burnt myself with very hot tea, guys. Very, very hot tea. So I learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. I, but I'm fine now. Let me say I'm fine now. So yeah, it is just very itchy now. It is very itchy. But and then with the scar is there. But I'm cool. I thank God. It wasn't oil, it was just hot water because anyway, so I was talking about okra and I was telling people now if you have never cooked okra, I know sometimes people want to cook something, when you want to cook something you go on social media and you try to check and see, oh, how do they cook this. Sometimes people get discouraged because of the things they see. Now, I want to tell you that you can always cook okra. You must not put all those things in your okra. Don't be deceived by social media, guys. You can use one kind of protein to cook your okra soup. If you have just fish, please go ahead and cook your okra. You must not have fish, crayfish, prawns, meat, chicken, kanda, pomo. You must not put 10 different types of proteins in your food before you call it okra soup. Please. If you have fresh meat, beef, and you feel like you want to eat okra, go ahead and cook your okra. Remember, these fingers are not the same. Our fingers are not the same. And what A cooks or what A can afford is not what B can afford. So just make use of what you have and be happy with what you have. And remember that some of those things are not what people do on a daily. It is not what they do on a daily. So these things should not stop you from enjoying what you want to enjoy. It should not stop you from eating what you want to enjoy. If I want to eat my okra and I just have my salmon, for example, I am going to use my salmon and cook my okra soup and I'll enjoy it. If I just have fresh meat, I'm going to use that meat and cook my okra and I'll be good. If I just have my mackerel fish, I will use my mackerel fish, cook my okra and I'll be good. One thing I always say you shouldn't miss when you're cooking is love. Always make sure you cook with love. Always make sure that is an inevitable spice. The rest is just drama. Yeah. I remember talking about this. I remember that still I always like having food conversations with friends, always trying to know, especially when they come from different parts of the world. So I had this conversation with one of my Zimbabwean friends and I learned that in Zimbabwe, for example, when they cook their okra, they do not add meat to their okra. They don't add meat to their okra. They just cook it plain. But I think they have meat on the side, but they do not put it in the okra. Their okra is so simple and plain. It is so simple and plain. But don't they eat it? They do. They eat it with pap, which is like fufu. It is something like swallow. So sometimes we get. I remember I had a Ugandan friend of mine, and she was talking about one of the West African dishes, and she was saying something like, "But you guys put a lot of things in there. You put a lot of meat, fish. You put a lot of this." I said, "My darling, you can always cook it with one." You can always cook it with one. If you have a lot, go ahead and do it. But if you don't, please make use of what you have. Always, as my mom will always say, cut your coat according to your size. Hang your bag where you can, don't I don't know how I want to put it, but if you want to, we've talked a lot on okra, and I'm still saying that you can enjoy your okra in the simplest form. In the simplest form. If you do not have oil to cook your okra, you can go for the oilless okra, which is, we call it pepper soup. We always call it pepper soup okra. It has no oil. It is less spicy. It is less seasoned. It has little we just make it very simple with just onions. If you have crayfish, you can go in with your crayfish. If you do not have crayfish, that's fine. You just go in with your crayfish, then add in your fish or meat, whatever you have, and you're good. Good morning, tea time. Hi, Miss Lady Legs. Welcome in. Happy New Year, sis. I know I've been to your house. I know I've met you in one or two houses. We've greeted each other, but I have not officially I've not officially wished you a happy new year. So happy new year. Happy new year. Happy new year to everybody who is joining me today. Happy new year to everybody who is joining me today. And today we're just talking about okra. We've had a long conversation on okra, how to cook okra the Cameroonian way, how to know what kind of okra to buy, the tips and tricks on how to get your fresh okra from the market, how to cook your okra at home, how to make it slimy. I don't know about Jamaica. I don't know if you guys eat slimy okra or not. I don't know much. I don't know much about Jamaican dishes. I've not been very close to a Jamaican, I'll say. I've not had I've not been very close to a Jamaican, so I don't really know much about Jamaican dishes, but I intend to. I am looking forward to. I want to try one Jamaican dish, but I don't know which one yet. I don't know which one, but it's gonna be a very small quantity. Yeah. So I don't know if Jamaicans do eat okra and how they do it, but I know about others. I know about Asians because I've had Asian friends. I have Asian friends. I have Indian friends. I have Ghanaian friends and family. So I know how those people cook, how they do their okra. Nigerians, I know how they do. I have Nigerian friends and family, so I know how they eat their okra, and I can differentiate it from the way Cameroonians cook their okra. So I had to talk about it a little bit. I talked about it a little bit, and in a nutshell, I was just rounding up and telling people. I don't know if I was rounding up, but I was just telling people to always use what they have. Yeah, it is not because A added cow skin, added chicken, added fish, meat, and crabs in their okra that you're not going to cook your okra because you do not have these five things. No, excuse me. No, please. You can always make use of what you have. If you have fish, just go ahead and enjoy your okra with fish, and you're going to love it. You will love it. Yeah, you're going to love it. I'm telling you. If you have your dried fish, just go ahead and cook your okra with your dried fish. It goes well as well. Smoked fish, oh my god, it is lovely. It is delicious in okra. Yeah. Beef is also lovely in okra. Chicken is something that I didn't grow up enjoying okra with chicken. So as I was saying that sometimes we tend to love the things that we grew up eating. It just depends on how your mom used to present food to you, how she used to cook it, how you used to eat, your background, your roots, your identity, your culture. So in our house, precisely, we hardly use chicken to cook okra. We will use fresh meat, fresh fish, smoked meat, mushrooms, all the things. But chicken was one of the things that ah chicken was one of the things that you will hardly find in okra in my mom's kitchen. And I have grown with that. I don't think I have ever except maybe smoked chicken, because when you smoke chicken, it has a different texture, it has a different taste, it's slightly different. But using fresh chicken in okra is something I don't think I've ever done. And it is not because it is not edible, it is not because people don't eat it, but it is just because it is something I didn't experience as a child. I didn't grow up doing it. It is just something that I am not used to. But it doesn't mean that you can't eat it. You get? It doesn't mean that you can't eat it. You can always eat it. You can always eat it. But always do what is within reach. Don't overstretch your hands. Don't overstress yourself because you've seen this or that person do this on. Sometimes social media can be very, very misleading. I'm telling you, yeah, yeah. Some of the things, an average Cameroonian will not put 20 different types of proteins in a pot of okra. I'm talking about Cameroonian. I know some other countries really go for, they're big on those things, but an average Cameroonian would usually have crayfish in their okra soup and either meat or fish. An average Cameroonian. Either meat or fish, or meat and fish. That is somebody who has a bear. Yeah. But an average Cameroonian will either have crayfish, smoked fish. Sometimes they'll mix smoked fish and meat, or fresh fish or smoked fish. So always go for the average. Yeah. Always do what you have. If you have a lot, go ahead. Throw it. You have been blessed. If God has blessed you with it, enjoy. But if you have not been blessed with too much, don't bother yourself. Don't stress yourself. Just enjoy the little you have, because some people, there is this saying that my mom used to say: when you think that you do not have shoes, you will see people who do not have legs. Yeah. When you see people who do not have shoes, you see people who do not have legs. Or you complain, sorry, when you're complaining that you do not have shoes, you will see people without legs, meaning you are better. You are always better than somebody. You're always somebody's prayer point. There is somebody somewhere there is somebody somewhere who is praying to live the kind of life you're living. There is somebody somewhere who just wants a roof over their head. Just a roof to stay out of the rain, the sun, and they just need that roof because they do not have. But we are here, we have it, and yet we complain. We are complaining because the roof we have over our head is not as beautiful as the roof that it has. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. But guys, we should always be happy with what we have. I'm telling you. We should always be grateful. Because there is somebody somewhere looking for just 2 okras. Just 2. To add some palm oil to eat and enjoy it with gari or something. They don't even need meat. They just need this. Just 2. But I'm here. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I have 9. So whatever, and that person is another person's prayer point. There is somebody who is lying in the hospital very sick. They don't even have the appetite to eat. What they're just asking God is for appetite. But we're here, we have the appetite, we have the food, and we are complaining, oh, my food had just 1 slice of meat. Excuse you? You have okra, you have onions, you've got crayfish, you've got about 3 slices of meat, but you're complaining you want to add extra fish and extra stockfish with some snails and... Come on. Make use of what you have. Make use of what you have. Always make use of what you have. Sometimes we can play around. the kitchen. You can just, you can play around the kitchen and you're going to achieve something. You're going to create something. You're going to create something. You're going to create something. Yeah. You will create something. The small peanut that you have plus the little okra that you have, it's going to give you that okra and granite soup. You're going to enjoy it with some gari. You enjoy it with some kwakoko bible. With some kwakoko. Sorry, you enjoy it with some kumkum, and that is a complete meal. That is a complete meal. You have some homes that just have one fish, one herring, one, and they're gonna drop it in the pot and cook it, and they're going to eat happily. Believe me, they'll be happy. Well, some of us are complaining. Some of us are complaining because we have, we just want to have more. We just want to compete with people. We want to be where God doesn't even want us to be. And remember, humans are never satisfied. We are never satisfied. I'm talking to myself. We are never satisfied. We are never satisfied. I remember when I was, oh my God, there was a time I was struggling. I really wanted my salary to be topped up. I was like, if I find a different job with just an extra 500, I'm going to leave. I'm going to resign. I kept telling myself, if I find a job with just an extra 500 on the salary, I am going to leave because, I kept praying and praying and praying. And guys, you don't even want to know. You don't want to know. When I tell you, humans are never satisfied. We are never satisfied. My prayer was answered. I got an offer. And can you imagine how much was added to my salary? I had an extra 1,500 on my salary. I'm not going to give you guys a currency, yeah? Well, I can give you guys. It was in dirhams. So I had an extra 1,500 dirhams on my previous salary. I was so happy. I was so grateful. I was so thankful to God. I was so thankful. God. I was asking for 500 and I had 1,500 extra on my salary. I was so happy. Then I resigned from my previous job and I had to go to the new one where I had an extra 1,500. When I got there, when I resigned, they didn't want to let me go. They started asking me questions like, why are you resigning? I was very hardworking, and why are you resigning? And da 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 da. I said I just wanted to change. I just wanted to change. So I moved to the other company. After working for a year, I wasn't seeing myself on the same spot. Again, I started telling myself, I started asking for salary increment. Yes, I started asking for it. I started asking for promotion. I started asking, I was like, this is what I'm offering. This is what I'm doing. This is what I do. I think I deserve, all these things. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, Chana, you were asking for just 500. Sometimes I'll sit and I talk to myself, I talk to myself and like, you were asking for just 500 and God gave you 1,500. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? But later, that real me comes back. The human in me comes back, and I'm like, I need extra. I need extra. I need extra. I need extra. And yeah, that's just the human. That's just the human in me. And the fun is, There was a time I sat and I was having this conversation with a friend, and we were looking at our, we're looking at our lives, looking at where we are, what we have achieved, and what, we're trying to put one or two together. And we're like, when we're earning less, we were even saving more. That's a reality. When we're earning less, we were saving more. Now we are earning far better than what we were earning like 3, 4, 5 years ago. But our expenses are instead, the more you have, the more you spend. Your expenses are more. You want to live different. You want to, you want something different. You just want something different. You want something different. And at the end of the day, what you have currently is not enough. You need more. You need more. You need more. But that doesn't mean that you can't live a normal life. You can live an average life. If I want to cook you guys, you've seen my videos. You've seen me cook sardine rice. Just put some sardine in your rice. Add some tomatoes if you want. If you don't want no tomatoes, just do that. Onions, add some sardine to it. And you see this very simple small pot of rice, it hits differently. When you come back in the evening or in the afternoon, you don't really know what you want to cook, then you just put that small pot of rice or that small pot of okra. It is always different. It has one special taste that it comes with. It is so simple, no complications. Yeah, just go ahead and fry your onions if you want. Fry your onions going with your rice, add in your sardine. If you don't have sardine, guys, just make do with what you have. One of these days I'm gonna make janga rice. That is just crayfish, rice and crayfish. That too hits really hard. It is always nice when you make it in a small pot. When you make it in a small pot and you add some pepper, if you do eat pepper, guys, it is very simple. No complications. It's not expensive, but it is very delicious. Very delicious. You just need to have some banana on the side or some avocado, and you would love it. You'll be like, oh my God, rice and stew is nowhere close to this. The jollof rice we spend hours cooking, blending this, that, da 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 da, is nowhere close to this simple pot of sardine rice, or this simple pot of crayfish njanga rice, or this simple pot of local rice. It is just simple. Sometimes you just have palm oil, you just cook it with palm oil. These are some of the things that you don't need too much. You don't need to complicate life. Just cook it and enjoy. It's not every day that you have to spend too much time and energy and money in cooking. I have made simple plain okra oil free, and it's very healthy. I've made simple okra with just bitter leaf and palm oil, crayfish, and it's very, very simple. Very simple. It goes so well. Guys, let's enjoy some okra. Let's try to eat okra. Let's incorporate okra in our diet. If you don't like to eat okra soup, you can drink the okra water. But if I have to choose, I'll always go for the okra soup because, it is easier for me to eat okra soup. But just make sure you don't overcook your okra, like we said. Okra is one of those veggies you don't want to overcook. So even when you're making your soup and you have the base, if your base is bitter leaf, egusi, or peanut, just make sure, or guano, make sure when you're adding your okra, it is towards the end. It is towards the end. You have to make sure that your chicken, your meat, your fish, beef is ready. It is well cooked. And then you go in with your okra. Now, another thing I just remembered, if you're cooking okra for your babies, okra is another meal that babies love. It is easy for them to eat. Babies, especially if you have babies who do not like food, who are very picky, they would definitely love okra. Most babies love okra. Yes, just make them okra, make some ugali, make some fufu corn, They will love it. They will love it. But now, if you're making okra for babies, you have to be very careful when it comes to when you're using fish. You have to be very careful. Make sure you do not use fish with a lot of bones, or you can cook your fish and then debone the fish before you put it in the pot, so that um, the bones don't get stuck on their throat. It is a bit how do I say, dangerous. Should I use the word dangerous? Yeah, but you have to be very careful when it comes to babies. You have to be very careful with okra babies and bones, fish bones. Yeah, you have to be very careful, especially if you're using fish like tilapia. Sardine mackerel fish is fine. Their bones are not that sharp, but you see, tilapia, you have to be very careful because it is very tender. Tilapia is very tender, and the least mistake you make is going to shred in your pot, and then the bones will be everywhere, especially the head. Talking about head, I love head. So you have to be very, you have to be very careful when you're cooking the fish head. If you're cooking it for babies, I'll advise you take out the head. If that pot is just, sometimes we make a small pot just for babies, yeah. If you're making that small pot, if that small pot is just for a baby, please do not add the head of the fish, except you're gonna eat the head. Just take out the head. Then there is this other fish called, it is called milk fish. That fish has a lot of bones. It is an Asian fish. Filipinos love that fish a lot. It is tasty, but bones, bones. Salmon is another very good fish to cook. It is another very good fish to add to your babies. It is packed with omega-3 fatty acid and all this. Oh my God. Add it to your baby's okra soup and they're going to love it. Yeah. It is a very good soup for babies. Believe me. Try it. It is a very, very good soup for babies. You can make it with fufu corn, ugali, South Africans will call it pap. You try it with that, give your babies, they're going to love it. They are going to love it. You can even make rice swallow, they're going to love it. Plantain fufu, they will love it. Yes, they will love it. Yeah, so today we've been talking about okra. I don't know, tomorrow I don't know what we're going to talk about, but tomorrow definitely we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about something still from the kitchen. I just want to pick one thing that I use in cooking to talk about. Yeah, I can pick whatever. It just depends on my mood. I just pick something from the kitchen and we're going to talk about. So today we picked okra. We talked about okra. Especially, I'll always connect it to Cameroon. I am a proud Cameroonian and yeah, I'll always connect it to Cameroon. Yeah, guys. So I think I don't want to drag this live stream today. Most people do not even know that I've come back, but I'm back. Please let others know that we are back. We're back. We're back. We're back. So I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be live. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be here. I do not know exactly what we're going to talk on tomorrow. I might just pick an egg and we start talking on eggs. Yeah, I might just pick an egg and we start talking on eggs. But it all depends on my mood. Whatever I'm going to pick from the kitchen, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So thank you so much, Lady Lex, Sister Tea Time. Thank you, Anywhere, Anytime. Thank you, Amago. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nina. Nina was here. Suzanne was here. Yeah, those are the few people that were here. Yeah, so I won't be here for too long. I don't want to. I need to cook actually. I need to make dinner. I need to start getting my dinner ready, but I don't want to do it on a live stream. So yes, so we are going to be ending the live. I thought I was going to drink some tea, but if I start drinking tea, I don't know. But I really want to drink tea. I really, really want to go for some tea. But I'm not very sure if I want to drink the tea here, if we want to chit chat, if we want to talk more. I think I've just said a little bit of, I've touched about 80%, 75% of what okra is all about. So, but I don't know. I don't like to just keep people staring at a glass of water without me having something to talk about, except we're going to talk about tea if I have to bring some tea and we talk about. But I think on this, for a start, 2 hours is not bad. We've been here for 2 good hours. We've been here for 2 good hours. And yeah, we had a okra water. I'm going to be drinking this tomorrow. I can't drink it now. I'm going to be drinking it tomorrow. Because okra water is not something. Oh, my chair is too noisy, guys. Oh, so okra water is not something that I'll say I just enjoy drinking at random. It is something that I set my mind. I get psychologically ready. To be honest, I get psychologically ready, and I get myself put together, and I know, oh, tomorrow you're going to drink some. You're going to drink some okra water. Then I get ready, and the next day I drink my okra water. But okra water, but it's really good. It's really, when you drink the okra water, you really feel good. To be honest, you feel good. I'm not discouraging you guys from drinking okra water, but I'm trying to be honest with you guys. I'm giving you guys an honest review. This is an honest review. If you want to drink okra water, excuse me. If you want to drink, guys, please let me use let me use a little break, please. Then I'll be back. And guys, oh my God, look at this. Look at what do we have here? What do we have here? I have called your name here already. Rebecca Le Prince, you're welcome in, my darling sister. You're welcome in. I talked about you. When I have okra water, I must mention you. How are you? Yes, washroom break. Oh my God, I'm back. I am back. Yeah, I did mention you always. Of course, whenever I have my okra water, I was just talking about okra generally. I talked about okra generally. I talked about the different ways you can cook okra. I talked about the advantages of having okra. And then we talked about the okra water, and that's where you came in. Yeah, we talked about the okra water. We talked about the different soups we use, especially in Cameroon, we use okra in the different dishes. We use okra, especially in Cameroon. Then, yeah, we talked about those things and how simple we can make okra, how to know the right okra to buy from the market. We talked about that, some of the tips on how to get okra, and I just had to destroy one of my okra. Look at this, because I was showing us how we can identify the good quality okra from the. Oh my God, Sanjay! Happy New Year, Sanjay. Happy New Year, my brother. Welcome in. Welcome in, Sanjay. How are you doing? Hello, my sister. How are you doing, Sanjay? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Now you guys are coming here and you want me to extend. I was rounding up actually. I was rounding up. I was kind of rounding up. When I was coming back, I was like, okay, I needed to tell people guys. So I might not be going live on Thursdays. I might not be going live on Thursdays. I'm going to, I have to rethink because and I might not be very very active on people's live streams. Why do I say so? What I'm saying, what do I mean by that? I don't mean I won't be supporting people. I will be supporting people, but I might not be very very active. Meaning I won't be very focused on the screen. I won't be looking at the screen too much because I realize that I've been overworking my eyes. I've been too focused on the screen, always there trying to support people, watching their videos. I might run your live streams. I might come when your live stream is over. I'll run it from start to finish. I might be there when you're live streaming. I'll be there. I'll drop one or two comments in between, but I won't be there looking at the screen from start to finish. If I am supporting your live stream for, let's say, 1 hour or 2 hours, I won't be seated there for those 2 hours. I'll try my maximum best to be there in and out. I'll drop one or two comments. I'll be listening to you talk, but I won't be looking at the screen because I realize that my eyes, it's kind of affecting my eyes. I'm getting teary eyes. I'm beginning to get teary eyes, and I don't want to start struggling with my eyes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to support people still, but I'm going to mellow down on this. I'm going to mellow down on it. Yeah, I'm going to be there, but I won't be there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there, but I won't be there. So I'll be supporting you, but I'll be listening to you at the back. And if I have to drop a comment, yes, I'll come drop the comment, but I'll just be listening. I don't want to focus my eyes on the screen for too long anymore. Yeah, I don't want to focus my eyes on the screen because I'm realizing that I'm having teary eyes. I've noticed it for a while now. When I'm trying to watch, I'm trying to support people, I feel like my eyes are tired. Because my eyes are not only on YouTube screen but elsewhere as well. So I'm always on the screen and it kind of affects my eyes. So I need to cut down on those things. I need to help first. Yeah. Rebecca says, "Oh, sorry. Yes, do what is best for you." Yes, I've just been thinking about it, and I'm like, it is true that sometimes you really want to be there. You want to read those other comments from other people. You want to interact. You want to chit chat with people. But for now, I think I need to let my eyes rest. Yeah, I need to allow these eyes to rest. My eyes are getting very teary. Yeah. Mine too. That's what I noticed. They're really getting teary. So I need to cut down on this. Yeah. I'll be there. I can come and you're having a live stream. I'll just be there. I'll be listening. And then if there's one interesting thing I want to drop a comment, I'm going to drop a comment. I'll let you know I'm there. And of course, guys, when I tell you that I'm there, I'm in the bush. I'm not one of those who says I'm in the bush and then I run and go to the mall. When I I say I'm in the bush, I'm in the bush. When I say I am supporting and I'm in the bush, I am supporting and I'm in the bush. If I have to go, I just tell you I am leaving and I have to go and I go. Yeah. Yeah. So that is what I'll be doing. And um, Thursdays, I might not be coming live on Thursdays. Weekends as well, I might not be coming live on weekends. The other days, I'm going to look at it, but definitely I won't be coming live on a daily. I won't, yeah. But I'll still be posting, guys. I'll still be posting. I'll try my best to post at least one shot. If not in a day, I'm going to post one shot in 2 days. I'm going to post like 2 videos. I want to be posting 2 videos a week, but it all depends. It all depends. I don't want to overwork myself anymore because this thing, this thing, it's not worth the, how will I say, the efforts that I sat and I questioned myself. I looked at why I put 1, 2, 3 together, and I was like, the effort I'm putting in, maybe it's gonna pay in the future, but for now, it is tedious. Yeah, it's too demanding. It is too demanding. It's more demanding than my job. It is too demanding. So yeah, but guys, I'll still be there to support you guys. I'll still be there. But what you need to know is when I say I'm in the bush, know that I am in the bush. Yeah. Not when I say I'm in the bush, no, I'm in the bush. I won't say I'm in the bush and I stay in the. Yeah. Rebecca says sometimes we do too much. Yes, sometimes we do too much. And the thing is, sometimes you do too much and you don't even get it in return. So it's I'm going to run people's videos. I'll listen. I'll listen and yeah, it's especially live streams. For live streams, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run the live streams. I'll let it run, and if there's an interesting thing said, I might drop a comment. Yeah, videos, I'm gonna watch them. If I don't have time, I'm going to run them. Yes, it's still supporting. Yeah, it is still support because sometimes, like Rekam said, we do too much. We just do too much. I've given in too much. I've given too much. I've just given too much of me. I've given too much of my invisible self. Yeah, guys, I have given too much of my invisible self. Yeah, and my eyes are teary. So, mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'm one of those people. I love reading comments. I don't know about you guys, but I love reading comments because I like to I like to know what people think. I like to know how people think. I like to observe. And sometimes I'm just puzzled about some reactions, the way people react to certain things, the way people react to some videos and I like to read those things. But for now, I need to relax. I need to relax. I need to relax. Rebecca, how was the festive season? I know you don't celebrate Christmas. You said you don't celebrate Christmas. How was the New Year? My New Year was not very good, I'll say, because I burnt myself on New Year's Day. Can you imagine? I burnt myself with tea. I had a tea burn. A serious tea burn at that. A very serious tea burn. On the 1st of January. Oh, God, have mercy. On the 1st of January, I had a tea burn. I was trying to have tea in bed and I had the first round of tea. God, you guys know me already. I don't take one. I'm not satisfied with a cup of tea. So I had the first round of tea and I had hot boiling water in a flask. So I wanted to refill my teacup and that water poured on my lap. Guys. It poured on my lap, and oh my word. You know, when you find yourself in a situation where you can't jump, you're in bed, you can't jump, you have the blanket half on you, and then you have the teacup on this hand, and you have the hot flask on this hand still open, so both hands were occupied, and I didn't just know what to do. Like, if I had to, I don't even know, but I had to try and control myself and stay safe and be a bit stable, because the moment I jumped, everything, I mean, I think my whole body would have been burned. I am laughing right now, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. And it was so painful. It was so painful. That was that's how I started my new year, with a burn. I started my new year with a burn. And I tried to manage the burn. I managed the burn, and when I thought it was getting dry, I thought it was getting dry. So I was stepping out, and places were too cold. So I wore leggings. I doubled. Oh, this girl has suffered. So I doubled. I wore leggings, tights, and then I wore a trouser on it. So when I got back, I wanted to pull this out, and oh God, the pain, the pain I went through was out of this world. You know, when I was taking out the leggings, it peeled the burn. Yeah. You know, when I'm talking, I'm still feeling the pain in my chest. Like, the pain is in my chest. It was so painful. It was so painful, so painful, so painful, so painful. But well, I thank God. I thank God. See who we have here. Sister Simone. Sister Simone, how are you? Happy New Year. Let me officially wish you a Happy New Year. Happy New Year, ladies. Happy New Year, my beautiful ladies. I know, I, I think the only person I've not met was Rebecca. Yeah, that's the only person I didn't meet since the new year started. I've met Sister Simone, I've met Tita, I've met Lady Les, I've met Sanjay, all those people we've met, but I've not officially wished you a Happy New Year in my house, in my cabin. So Happy New Year, ladies. Happy New Year. Oh my God, my chair is too noisy. Ugh. Happy New Year, everybody. I wish you, a beautiful and blissful 2026. Yeah, 2026. So I started it on a very painful, should I say painful side? But I'm fine now. I'm fine. It's just that it's very itchy. The scar, it's really itchy. So I try to apply some aloe vera and the rest, to soothe it. It's quite soothing, but it is very, very itchy. But the pain has really, really subsided. And I am here. I'm back. I'm back. I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. It's been 1 month. Yeah, I've been away for a month. And today when I was thinking, I was like, I've been away for a month. Time flies. Time flies. And well, we are here. We're back. We are back. Rebecca, my friends, how are you doing, my darling? From Sister Simone. Guys, you guys came in. Sister Simone, you're too early for tomorrow's live stream. You guys came in. What? Thanks to Rebecca, I would have ended the live stream. Yeah, Rebecca and Sanjay, they came in when I had just taken my loo break. I just wanted to come back and then end the live stream. Then boom, when I came, I saw Rebecca and Sanjay. I was like, okay, let me just stay with them for a bit, and and I'll end the live stream. But it was a good one. We're just talking about okra, generally. Okra. What is okra? Should we eat okra? Should we drink okra water? How do we use okra in Cameroon? How to know fresh okra, how to know which okra to buy from the market, the little tips that you can use in the kitchen to get a slimy okra depending on where you come from. If you're a Cameroonian, we are going, if you're a Cameroonian, or if you know a Cameroonian, or you want to cook and surprise a Cameroonian, or you are married to a Cameroonian and you want to cook something delicious, some delicious okra, those were the tips I was sharing, because as a Cameroonian, we go for slimy okra. Yeah, our okra has to be slimy and delicious. We don't need a lot of obstacles in our okra. We don't need, but your okra needs to be slimy. Yeah, your okra needs to be slimy. We don't need, to put all this, to catch all the animals in the forest. We don't need to catch all the animals in the forest and the seas to add in one pot of okra before you call it okra soup. But your okra soup needs to be slimy, you know. It has to be slimy. And I know some people do not like it slimy, but it has to be slimy. If you're cooking it for a Cameroonian, if you're cooking for a Cameroonian, it has to be slimy, guys. It has to be slimy. Yeah? And we slice it, we chop it, chop, 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 chop. But others just drop, like Ghanaians sometimes. For Ghanaians, I think they do both ways. Sometimes they just drop the whole okra. Sometimes they slice their okra. Asians just do the whole okra thing. Some people fry their okra to eliminate the slimy texture. But as a Cameroonian, it has to be slimy. Yeah, it has to be slimy. Yeah. Then I also mentioned the different types of ways we cook okra, the different types of soups. And yeah, we just had an all-round talk on okra. Then we had our okra water, you know, some of the advantages of having okra water. You want to have a beautiful skin like Rebecca the Prince. You know what I'm saying? You have to start cleaning from the inside, guys. We need to clean from the inside. You need to take those antioxidant stuffs, clean from the inside. You have to start feeling beautiful inside out, not outside in. Yeah. No matter how expensive your body creams, body lotions, body oils and all are, you have to clean from inside. You have to be clean. Yeah. So these are the little things that we had to talk about. But again, and then we also mentioned that if you have an underlying illness like diabetes, it is really good for diabetics, but always have a conversation with your doctor, because Chana is not a doctor. Chana is just sharing little tips, but she is not a doctor. So if you have an underlying illness, always have a beautiful conversation with your doctor. Always ask questions if you should or you shouldn't. Yeah, always go for your doctor's recommendations. And for those of us who are still blessed with good health, if not, you need to just prevent these things. We need to try and prevent them. We need to try and prevent them because, you know, you need to see somebody who is struggling with diabetes, high blood pressure or low blood pressure, then you will know that you are blessed to be healthy. No amount of money can buy health. Yeah, you are blessed to be healthy. Yeah, because sometimes if money could save lives, some people will still be alive. So if you have the chance to stay healthy, if you have the chance, the opportunity to eat healthy, go for it. Go for it. So what we're going to be doing this month, I think I just have about 10 days to go. So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to pick something from the kitchen and we're going to talk about. I was saying earlier that I might just pick eggs and we start talking about the eggs. We're going to talk about what we can use eggs for, if we should use eggs, if we shouldn't use eggs. Yeah, what are some of the advantages? What can we use eggs for? What can we use eggs? What can we use eggs for? What can we use eggs? What is eggs for? What are eggs for? What are eggs for? What can we use eggs to do in the kitchen? You know, we can bake cakes, we can make omelets, you can just boil your eggs and eat. You can make scotch eggs. Look at me now, I'm talking about eggs. I would have kept these eggs for tomorrow. Yes, we are trying. Yes, Sister Rebecca, we are trying. So the little, the little we have, we should try and make good use of it. We should try and make good use of it. So if you want, again, I'm saying, if you want to be beautiful, fresh, having a good, good skin tone, flawless skin like Rebecca Prince. I always take Rebecca Prince because she's visible. You guys can see her. I'm invisible. So, do some of these things. Eat right. Drink a lot of water, guys. Drink a lot of water. And do not forget to do 1 or 2 exercises. You can walk for 10-15 minutes. It is not small. Believe me. They say walk for 30 minutes, 1 hour, but I am saying if you try 15 minutes, you will see that it has an impact. It is powerful. It is beautiful. You're going to feel beautiful. You're going to feel happy. You can just do some stretches in your house just for 10 minutes. It is not small. Believe me, it is not small. If you can't do 1 hour, if you can't do 30 minutes, go for 15 minutes. If you can't do 15 minutes, try 5 minutes. And you see, gradually you're going to go to 10. You're going to start loving it. You're going to start loving it. You're going to start loving it. Yeah, you're going to start loving it. And this reminds me, I was at Sister Simone's live stream and now I was just replaying the live stream. So I was listening to her guest. Her guest was Goger, and he was talking, and these are some when his story, how he narrated his story, his first time at a yoga, I think, was it a yoga workshop or something? His first time, he didn't find it, he just wanted to leave the place. He just wanted to leave. But this is a yoga coach, So when you start something, he ended up loving it. He ended up falling in love, even went to India, So you can start from 5 minutes. You're going to go to 10 minutes, 1 hour, and why not? So let's just keep doing it. As I was saying, the first time I tried okra water, guys, it didn't go. It wasn't for me. It was a no. It was a no. And then the remaining one I had, I used it to make a smoothie. I could manage that one because I added the smoothie to the greens. I added the okra to my greens, and it went well. But I was encouraged by Rebecca the Prince. She encouraged me. She told me use a straw. And I'm telling you guys, you can use a straw and this is going to be good. It's going to be easy. You can use a straw. That was a recommendation from her. I tried it the first time. It went. Though it was difficult, but I did it. Then the second time. And now I don't know how many times I've had the okra water. I don't have it frequently, but when I tell myself I want to have it, I have it. And who knows, maybe sometime in the future I'll start taking the okra water on a daily basis. So it is always good to try something, especially when it is something good. When it is something good. So you always have to look at the things that you see on social media, the advice that you get from left, right, center. You should know what you want. You should know what your body needs. I might be telling you to go out and walk, but you don't see any need of walking. That's fine. If you see that there's no need for walking, you don't need to go out of your house to walk, you don't need to stretch, you don't need to do some exercise, some physical exercise, that is fine. Yeah. So you need to look at these things, put 1 or 2 together, know what to take and what not to take. It is not everything that we see on social media that we take. Yeah. So you know what to take, you know what to drop, and then choose wisely. Be wise. If you see that okra water is helpful, go for it. And I'm telling you, go for the okra water. It is helpful. If you cannot drink okra water, you can make your okra soup. Please make okra soup and enjoy. Just make sure you don't overcook your okra. Just don't overcook the okra, and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy. So yes, guys. So we've been here for like 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Um, guys, we're going to end the live stream. I want to get ready. I want to get dinner ready. I want to start prepping some things for dinner. So I want to end the live stream now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Yeah, around the same time. Yeah, around this time. I'll be live around. Yeah, I'll start later than today. I'll start later than today because I'll be busy in the morning. So yeah, once I come back, then I'm gonna see how I can go live. But I don't know what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. But we're just going to pick something from the kitchen. Maybe we're going to pick salt. Maybe we're going to pick salt and we start talking on salt. Yeah, salt is something we use in the kitchen on a daily, and sometimes it is good. Yeah, we use salt, but is too much salt good or not? I might look at salt. We can talk about salt. Why not? We can talk about salt. Anyway, I have so many things in the kitchen. We have salt, we have sugar, we have we have we have so many things. Pepper, we have all the things. So I'm just gonna be picking one of them, and we're going to talk on it. We're going to see how we use salt, how we do this in Cameroon. Yeah, why not? Salt is another good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, salt is another good thing to use. So, but let's see what tomorrow is gonna be. Let's see how tomorrow is gonna turn out. Wow. Yeah. You know, when you stayed away for a while, it's really difficult to put your brain together. I've been away for a month, so I'm still trying to put myself together. I'm still trying to come back to reality, to the YouTube reality. Yeah. So I'm still trying. But yeah, we are fine. We are all back. We are back. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you so much, everybody. Sister Simone, thank you so much for becoming the friends. Thank you. Lady Let's, thank you. Sanjay, thank you. I know Sanjay is in the bush. um, um, JD, yeah, JD has been here as well. Then Suzanne too was here. Yeah, and a few more people were here and they left. So yes, we're gonna call it a day. I don't know. Oh, let me try and see if I can rate somebody. Let me see if I can rate somebody. But like I said, I won't be on the screen for too long. I won't be on the screen for too long. I'll be listening to live streams, but I won't be there to chit chat for too long because my eyes are getting affected. Yeah. I've given too much of me already. I've given too much of my invisible self, and I've given too much, guys. Let me look for who is. Let's see if we can rate somebody who is live, and we're gonna see what we. Let's see who we can rate and see how we can support that person. Let's see how we can support somebody. Um, and guys, I have a new video. I posted a new video. Please watch my video. Whoa. Okay. Let us see. 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 All right. So who is here? We have JB. We have Habib. Hmm. Um. Oh. Okay. Okay, let's go to Kanini. She's doing her laundry. Let's go to Kanini then. Okay. I hope she'll be there. Laundry and exercise. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go to Kanini. 9 likes. That's beautiful. Thank you guys. Okay, so we're going to go to Kanini. Let's go to Kanini and we're just going to type ChanaZie. Yeah. We are going to go to Kanini, guys. All right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you, Sister Simon. Thank you, Lady Let's. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Anywhere JD. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna call it a day. 2 hours and 41 minutes is good enough for today. We're going to call it a day. I don't want to extend. I have things to do. So yes. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you guys in the streets, but I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have something else to talk about. We're going to talk about something else. So guys, see you tomorrow. I love you all. And of course, I'm going to see you tomorrow. So bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Mwah. I love you all. Mwah. Right. I'll be drinking my tea while I do. I have some fish that I need to clean. I'm so pissed with this fish because when I got the fish, I thought, oh, yeah. But the fish came with all the scales. God, I'm so pissed. Yeah, so I already soaked the fish in water. So now that's the fish there. So I need to wash this fish. I need to clean it. And yes, so that is it. Yes, sis, ChanaZie. So let's go to Kanini. I love you all. I love you all. Sister Simone, I'm sending big hugs to the princess. Mwah! All right. Bye, everybody. See you guys. Thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.